Okay, lots of sun, but lots of clouds as well. You can see all these, I guess, patches of shades in the ground. It's kind of interesting. And well, what did I read today? How about this one? With more police around the world using drones to fight crime. This one, they say, it's like a real-life Robocop, huh? A vehicle that could basically have a drone fly out and so forth. This one says, Miami is making Robocop real with a self-driving drone launching cop car. You can see the pictures and stuff of it too. Now, usually when it comes to topics like these, there's a lot of people against obviously using tech in these ways for things like privacy issues and all that, and just if something goes wrong. This guy really hates it though, although he sounded like he was really, I guess, political in his view. But ultimately, it says here, meet Pug, a dystopian surveillance machine that's only a set of machine guns away from being the Ed 209 from Robocop. And knowing Miami as well as I do, there are absolutely people behind the scene who had to be physically restrained from throwing some miniguns on what is currently a Waymo wrapped in Miami-Dade police livery. So as they say here, PUG stands for Police Unmanned Ground Vehicle, and it says the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office unveiled the PUG as its first autonomous police patrol car in the country. It is complete with 360-degree cameras, drone launching capabilities, license plate readers, thermal imaging, and of course AI, the buzzword of the day that tricks stupid people into thinking they're gazing upon the fruits of progress. The thing will actually be patrolling Miami streets not autonomously just yet, and maybe never, once the promotional novelty of it wears off. The first year, a human deputy will sit inside it just to ensure it doesn't go Christine on someone. Yeah, this guy's really against it, but I'm wondering if it's more political just with the tone of the writing and so forth, but I don't doubt this is going to be the way of the future. I mean, look at here, for example, even with all that debate and controversy of using drones to try to ticket people, I guess, for distracted driving, it's going to start something small like that and then eventually go on full-fledged like this. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing police robots, just like in the movies, as they say, going out to take out criminals and all that too. Are you going to start seeing, for example, criminals or gangsters or people with their own, I guess, bodyguard drones as well now fighting each other? Although I thought in terms of, I guess, drones and attacks and so forth, this was kind of crazy as people were publishing, I guess, videos online of a convoy from the UN that was under attack, according to this anyways. And you can read this little release. It says, UN convoy came under attack while delivering aid to a frontline community in the Kherson region. Today, an interagency convoy of 4 humanitarian trucks clearly marked as belonging to the UN carrying aid came under attack by the armed forces of the Russian Federation when the aid workers were on site. Intensive artillery fire started, and later, during offloading, 2 clearly marked trucks of the World Food Program were targeted by first-person view drones. Fortunately, the humanitarian workers were not injured, but 2 trucks were damaged and set on fire. Yeah, and again, you can see people posting social media videos and stuff like that online. And I guess with that thought of robots and so forth, expect that to happen too, I would assume. Every country trying to use, I guess, robot armed forces to go after one another. And this piece of news was going around a lot today. It deals with the broadcaster CBC, where in recent times they've been in a lot of controversy because they receive taxpayer money to stay afloat, even though it seems like not a lot of people are actually, let's just say, paying attention to what they're actually reporting overall. It seems like in general anyways, for a lot of mainstream media, it's always one side in terms of, I guess, the viewpoint. And they have this premium subscription called CBC Gem, and people were asking them for their numbers to see how many people are actually subscribed to see how well they're doing. But I guess the crazy thing is they're actually taking it to court to try to stop people from revealing these numbers. And you would imagine if you're like a private company and all that, then that's one thing anyways. But if you are being given money from the taxpayer to fund this, I think people have a right to see how you are actually managing the whole organization in general, correct? Because again, they're a crown corporation and they receive about $1.4 billion annually in federal funding. And so having this data released publicly is a matter of public interest. That's the argument, and I would tend to agree anyways. And so the argument on why they didn't want to disclose it initially, they were trying to say how releasing the information would mean they're revealing confidential commercial data that would harm its competitive position. I don't know if that would fly with most people anyways. And instead of complying, they announced that they would challenge it in federal court. They filed a lawsuit on August 26th. That doesn't make any sense, again, especially if you're getting public money to actually do this. It is one thing if, again, you're private and you fund yourself in every single way, but if you do get funding, then I would think it's people's rights to be able to get information like this in general. I mean, what are you hiding, correct? Even for topics like drones, for example, I think CBC has been one of those stations that have actually just continuously fear-mongered it, have fake gurus and so forth, perpetuate that narrative. So again, in that regards, it hasn't been, quote, unbiased in general from what I've seen anyways. For example, for everyone early on, do you guys remember when CBC published that fake video of a drone slicing through the wing of an airplane like a hot knife through butter, just to, I guess, show, hey, these things are dangerous. You need to, I guess, restrict them all. I mean, that's ridiculous in my opinion, and that's kind of what I see anyways, usually when it's CBC, for example, like the reporting and so forth. It's all lopsided, it seems like. It's basically focused on one narrative per se, and they don't have a variety of, let's just say, voices and all that overall. So I could imagine if I see that with topics that I know a lot about, I would imagine it's the same thing for other topics as well. Although one funny point, I guess that's an easy way for you to determine who are the, let's just say, lobbyists and stuff in the background. You see who the mainstream media in that regards, in this case, keeps pushing all the time to perpetuate that narrative. All right, see you guys later.